So today we'll discuss about one activity here. Okay, this is one activity. We have head office and branch office. Okay, we have different features like we have DHCP is there, we have layer 3 switch, interval and routing is there, VLANs created here. Then we have router here. In this router we have configured DHCP as well as SSH. Then interval and routing on the branch side done by router. Then we have ether channel here, wireless here. Okay, we'll discuss one by one. Okay. So first thing we go for the head office. Okay, this is head office. Okay, so here we have three switches. Two are layer 2 switches. Other one is layer 3 switch, which can act as a router as well as switch. Okay, and this is layer 3 router. So here I want to create two VLANs, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, and one more VLAN 30 for management. Okay. So how do we create VLAN? Here we are not creating VLAN in layer 2 switches. We are creating VLANs 10, 20, 30 all in layer 3. So as usual you do how to create VLAN. No? Go to the switch. Okay. I'll open the switch. I already created just entering. Okay. I'll open the switch and show you what's the command to create VLAN. No? So run. You know that already you know how to create VLAN. So it's already done. Just I will show you that VLAN. Just go for show VLAN brief. Okay. So we know there is VLAN 10 network, VLAN 20 English, VLAN 30 management. Okay, now you know how to create VLAN. VLAN, sorry, go to configuration mode. Say I'm putting VLAN, say 75 for example, okay, and name, any name. So I'm putting say sample. Okay, like that you want to create VLAN by creating, giving the VLAN number, then name, like this, okay, name sample like this. Okay, this is how we create the VLAN. Now what we need, we have to configure access port. Okay, so here in this topology, in HS1 switch we create VLAN. Okay, and these two ports become access port. G1 0 bar 2 will be access port for a VLAN 10, and G1 0 bar 5 will be access port for VLAN 20. Okay, so what you will do, you know how to configure access port. No, go to interface. So here, like I'll show you that interface names. I already configured here. Go to G10 bar 2 to this interface, switch port mode access, then access VLAN 10. In G0 bar 5, G10 bar 5, I configured switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. Okay. Now we created VLAN in the layer 3 switch, we configured access port also in VLAN, switch HS1. What else we need to configure in HS1 or layer 3 switch? After creating VLAN, what we need? We need to configure inter VLAN routing. So for inter VLAN routing in router, we have sub interface, but here there is no sub interface. What we have is we want to configure SVI address for each VLAN. SVI. So for configuring inter VLAN routing in layer 3 switch, first step is create VLAN, configure access ports. Okay, first step was create VLAN. How to create VLAN? VLAN number, VLAN name. Then we configure access port. These two are access ports, one for VLAN 10, one for VLAN 20. And the next step is enable IP routing command. Okay, the command you want to enable in layer 3 switch. Why do we enable that command? To perform routing between VLANs, we need IP routing command. Okay, so I already given that one. Just check here. See, without this command, IP routing command, this layer 3 switch cannot perform routing between layers. Okay. Then another command in interval and routing in layer 3 switches, configure SVI or default gateway address for each VLAN. So what I will do, I already given the command. Let I will say, I will show you. Okay. This one, see, for VLAN 10 interface VLAN 10, you have to assign the IP, that first address or gateway address. This MAC address will come automatically on it. Okay. Now for VLAN 10, second VLAN 20, again you want to assign IP address. Okay, remember when you are configuring this in layer 3 router, what you will do? You will perform sub interface FA 0 bar 0.10, then encapsulation dot 1Q 10, then IP address gateway. Okay, now here there is no encapsulation, just put the interface name and in interface bar in VLAN number. There is SPA configuration. Okay, switch virtual interface, then give the IP address. This will be the gateway. Like that for any VLAN 10, 20, 30, how many VLANs are there? You have to create SVI, switch virtual interface for each VLAN. This is what the configuration for inter VLAN routing in a layer 3 switch. Again repeating, create VLAN number. Then configure each port as access port for a VLAN. You already did in layer 2 switch. Okay. After that, IP routing command is must to enable routing between two VLANs. After that, configure IP address. Now in router we have to configure sub interfaces with the default gateway with encapsulation. But here there is no sub interfaces. Just configure SVI switch virtual interface IP address for each VLAN. That's why VLAN 10 interface VLAN 10 IP address. VLAN interface VLAN 20 IP address. Interface VLAN 30 IP address. Okay. Next command, last command is I want to route the packet, okay, towards another network. Okay, route this informations. Okay, the VLAN communication should go outside this layer 3 switch. You have to go to the router and all. Okay, for that what we need, we have to configure this interface connected to router as a routed port, a root port. Okay, a routed port. For that what command? No, go inside the G10 bar 1. See, you have to configure no switch port. Okay, configure no switch port and you have to assign an IP address in that interface. Usually we cannot assign IP address and interface in which one? Layer 3 switch. For that what we need to assign that port. Okay, no switch port. So it will route that packet. The IP you can assign in that interface of a layer 3 switch by assigning the command no switch port. Okay, this is how we configure interval routing in layer 3 switch. Now this IP address I am going to get the IP dynamically or automatically from the layer 3 switch or DHCP server. Okay, so here I am getting the IP address dynamically. This is static. Static means manually you want to type 192.168.10. Here, if big network, no, we cannot do it manually. We need to assign the IP automatically. For that, just give DHCP. Okay, this is automatic. So this one I have to delete this. Okay, now this one is automatically you are getting IP address. Which service? DHCP will give IP address. DHCP means dynamic host configuration protocol. The protocol will automatically or dynamically assign the IP address, mask, gateway, DNS, everything. Mister, from where you get this IP? This was the question I asked. Okay. Here you can assign this DHCP configuration. You can configure DHCP either in layer 3 switch or layer 3 router. Okay, here I am configuring DHCP in layer 3 switch. So what should I do in the DHCP part? You want to create a pool, give the name of the pool for each VLAN, the network address you have to mention from where we are getting IP. No, then what about the default gateway address of that network? Then DNS server. Then how many address you want to exclude or keep it separate for your specific clients or servers. Now I will show you that which one configuration for getting IP address. In client, you just want to click DHCP, you will get IP automatically. Static means you have to click static manually, taka, 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 your type. But this one automatically you are getting. How you get that? You have to configure DHCP in either router or layer 3 switch. Here I am configured in layer 3 switch. Okay, go to the layer 3 switch. I'll enter the show run. First I'll show you. Okay, show run. I'm not going to type the command, I'll show you the commands. Okay, see, first thing IP DHCP, you have to go to the configuration mode and type IP DHCP pool, name of the pool, then network address. So 192.168.10.0 is a VLAN 10 network, it's mask. Default router means gateway of network 192.168.10.0, that is 10.1. Then DNS server. Like that, how many pools you have? Give that much pools with network, mask, gateway, DNS server, everything. After that, you are getting IP address from this layer 3 switch to the switch, and I'll get the IP here by DHCP automatically. Okay. So we discussed about how do we configure interval and routing. Then how do you configure DHCP server in layer 3 switch? Then how to forward the packet from layer 3 switch outside the network. We have no switch port command. Okay. Now what we have here is SSH. So SSH means remotely accessing any network device like router or switch. You want to remotely access, sitting from a home, you want to access the router or switch, you want to do some configuration. Usually telnet will do that, but what's the advantage of SSH secure shell is it is secure protocol. Whatever data you are transferring between the computer or the user device and the router, it will be secret. It will be encrypted. Nobody can understand. How do we configure that? Go to router, all the configurations in configuration mode. Okay, I already configured. Just I'm showing that. Okay, first thing you want to assign a username and password for SSH communication because it's secret, right? Then configure the SSH version 2. Different versions 1 and 2. I am configuring SSH version 2. SSH means secure shell. It is a protocol for remotely accessing the router or switch from a computer, but secure communication. Data will be sent between computer to router secretly, encrypted form. Then here we have IP SSH authentication retry 2. That means you can give 2 times wrong password. Third time it will be you will be thrown out. Okay. Then SSH timeout 90 means they will wait for 90 seconds to for the user to enter the password. If you're not entering the password 90 seconds, it will time out. Fair, you have to enter again. Domain name is shinas.com. Okay, we have a domain name for this one. Now, what else command you have given here is I'll just show you what are the commands we give here. Extra commands crypto key generate RSA. This means already have given. Okay, just I replace that one and I'll enter that one. Okay, so crypto key generate RSA. I want to replace this. They'll ask you key size. So for every encryption, we need the key. So what is the size of key? 1024. Okay. Then what I will do is this command. These lines, line BTY 0 to 4, I want to use only SSH. Okay. For these lines, I want to use SSH communication, and the password I use will be local. Whatever username password I give here, no username, admin secret password. That password I will use for SSH. I will not specifically assign any username password. Whatever password is given, I'll use it. That's why local, login, local. Okay. If you want to use these lines for telnet also means put SSH telnet or you can put it both. So both SSH telnet both can use this line. Okay. This is what SSH. How do we test SSH? Okay. We need to have a what was the username password? I think the username was admin. Password was Cisco 321. Let me check the password here. Cisco 321. Okay. So how do I test SSH? I'll go to anyone computer. I want to connect to this router. Okay. For that, let me check I have given routing or not. Let me check. Okay. So what about the IP address of this 0 bar 0 10 10 10 1? Okay. Let me check here first. Let me can I ping this one? PING 10.10.10.1. If I could ping, then I can easily connect to SSH also. Maybe I have not enabled routing. I'll enable that later. Okay, then I will show you how to test perform SSH. Okay. Ah, now it's pinging, so no issue. I already enabled. Okay, so how do this is pinging? Okay, now I want to remotely access the router. I want to configure something in the router from this PC. What I will do is the command is SSH minus L admin IP address is 10.10.10.1. They'll ask you password CCNA321. You cannot see the password, just type the password. Okay. Now see you are accessing the router from this PC. Now I'm in PC, still I can open the router here. This is what SSH. Okay. How do we test SSH? First you want to test ping is working. Ping is working means type SSH minus L for say Lamia. Okay. Username is admin. IP address of this router. Any one IP address, I give the same IP address in the interface. Okay. Then password I already given 3 CCNA 321. You give the same password, correct password. You can see the router from home computer. Now you can configure the router from your home PC. That's what SSH. Okay, done. So you understood what things like what is inter-VLAN routing in layer 3 switch. You have to create VLAN, give the number, give the name. Then you want to configure the IP routing command. Then you want to assign SPI address for each VLAN. Then you want to enable this no switch port so that packets or data from route layer 3 switch can be routed outside. Okay. After that, we configure SSH, done. Then we have DHCP configured in this layer 3 switch. Okay. After that, so how you are getting IP in this computer? From DHCP. Where you configure DHCP service? In the layer 3 switch. For that, what we need? A pool, network address, default gateway, DNS server. For each VLAN, we need different pool, different network address, different gateway, different DNS server. So the DNS server is same. Okay. After that, we have inter-VLAN routing in branch office. Branch office, what I am going no, there is no layer 3 switch. We have all layer 2 switches. We have to create VLANs in all three switches. Usually we have VTP, but I didn't teach you VTP, so I am not discussing with VTP. Okay, VTP means you don't want to create VLAN in all switches. Just make one switch as VTP server switch. Others are VTP client. So what happens? Whatever VLANs you create in the VTP server switch, they will forward to VTP client. But here we have not configured VTP. So what happens? Every switch we want to create which one? VLAN. Before that, one more thing. In this switch, I have two ports. Okay, one port G10 bar to access for VLAN 10 and G10 bar 5 access for VLAN 20. Okay, just I'm telling. Okay. Then for this with three switches, I want to create VLAN in all three switches. So VLAN 40, 50, 68 in all switches. Access ports. So access ports here. What are the ports connected to? Okay, what are the which one ports of BS2 and BS3 where we have connected computer? They are access ports. Okay, access ports means a port which is connected to any device. So here in this layer 2 switch, FA0 bar 8, I connected VLAN 40 laptop. FA0 bar 9, I am connecting VLAN 50 laptop. Okay, and BS3, I connect FA0 bar 10, I connect VLAN 40 PC, FA0 bar 11, I connect a wireless router. Okay, you know how to create VLAN, you know how to assign access port. Okay, VLAN number, interface, FA0 bar 8, switch port access VLAN 40, done for 9, 10, and 11. Now, how do we perform interval routing? There is no route, there is no layer 3 switch here. So what happens? The interval routing in this branch office is done by this layer 3 router. What they will do, here we have only one interface, no, FA0 bar 0. Okay. This interface should carry data about VLAN 10, sorry, VLAN 40, VLAN 50, VLAN 60 like that. Okay. So what I need to sub interface. We want to apply 802.1q protocol. That means I want to divide this interface into 0 bar 0.10, sorry, 0 bar 0.40, 0 bar 0.50, 0 bar 0.60 like that. Okay. How do we divide that? That is called as interface VLAN routing, and we have encapsulation.1q protocol. Okay. 802.1q protocol. How do we perform this? I'll go to R2 first. Okay. I'll show you the command first. Okay. How do you perform interval and routing in layer 3 router? Not switch, is in router. Okay, router. How we perform that? Let me go to the configuration mode and show you that one. Okay, the command what I have done. Show run. Boom later. See here. Interface FA0 bar 0. This interface going towards this LAN. No, 0 bar 0 dot 40 first VLAN. This command encapsulation dot 1q40 is important. This is the one which divides, makes that interface into sub-interfaces and carry different VLAN data. So 802.1q protocol is configured by subdivide or divide the interface into based on the VLAN number or VLAN and assign the gateway address for that particular VLAN. So VLAN 40, the gateway address is 192.168.20.1. Actually, it is 199, not 192. Okay, there's a this side is 192, this is 199. Okay, just wait. I'll make this correction. Okay, just configure interface FA0 bar 0.40. So this I want to remove. Okay, so how do I remove that one? Put no, done, then IP address 199.168.10. This one actually we have. What about the pool? Let me check the pool also. Pool is 20. Okay. So here, pool, everything I'm going to change. Okay. I'm going to change everything. 10 dot 1 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot 192 no steps. Okay. Now for VLAN 50 interface FA at exit. Okay. Exit interface FA 0 dot 0 dot 0 slash 0 dot 50. I know what about the IP is already given here. This one you want to remove. Okay. I'll put this one. I'm removing this IP because there is an error there. So I'll remove this IP and I'll put now IP address 192.168.10.65. Again 255.255.255.224. No steps. So sub interface is created. Not what I need now. I want to configure DHCP. How do I configure DHCP? Okay. Already the pool is there, but that pool is having wrong addresses. So I need to delete that pool. Okay. I will delete that pool first. Exit. DHCP pool. What is the name here? VLAN 40 and 50. Okay. I'll delete this one. No IP DHCP pool. VLAN 40. Also, no IP DHCP pool. VLAN 50. Create a new pool now. IP DHCP pool VLAN 40. Sorry, there should be one hyphen. Okay. Now, first thing is network address. So, VLAN 40. What I gave is network address gateway is 20.1. Okay. So, network will be is that the 199.168.10.1 is the gateway. Network will be 199.168.10.0 that you can check in the table. Okay. So, I will type here 199.168.10.0 and mask is 255.255.255.192 paper. Then default router or default gateway 199.168.10.1. DNS server 192.168.10.113. Exit IP DHCP pool VLAN sorry VLAN 50 IP address for VLAN 50 199 oh, this one again VLAN 50 now to go back to okay I'll type here okay I pool network address 199.168.50.1 199.168.50.1 25.1 Murphy not 10.65 255.255.255.224 default router network address is not the gateway it is 1 minute so network address it will be one network address will be 199.168.10.64 255.255.255.224 DNS server will be 190 default gateway. Next after that default gateway, default router will be 199.168.10.65. DNS server will be 194.168.10.113. After there's a mistake over there, like in VLAN, where is that? This one, 0 bar 0 dot 50, it should be 199. So this I have to copy and make it no. This already given the question paper, this I'm not showing, okay? Exit now, interface, FH 0 bar 0 dot 50, interface FH 0 bar 0 dot 50, yes, VLAN 50 sub interface, okay? No, this one done. Then IP address 199.168.10.65 IP address, not network. Okay, then 255.255.255.234 UWR. So we configured DHCP pool in this router. Okay, so let me show you again. We created DHCP pool 340. Network address 199.168.10.0, mask is 192, default out 192.1, DNS server same. Then VLAN 50 also, network address is 10.64, 224 is mask, then default of 10.65. DNS server we didn't give, so we have to give DNS server also. I forget this one. In IP, DHCP, pool, VLAN 50, DNS server 192.168.10. After that, so DHCP is done. Now, interval and routing, as I told you, you have to write sub-interface in the router. What you do, you have to write the sub-interface. Divide that interface into 0.40. How many VLANs are there? Based on that, divide it. Put encapsulation dot one key because there is a protocol, is the one key protocol which carry which allows the router interface to carry many communication from many VLAN. The gateway address for that particular VLAN. Okay, this seems like we do that interface VLAN 40 IP address. Not here. Instead of that, interface address about 0 dot what's the VLAN number in calculation with that VLAN number, then IP address. Okay. After interval and routing, now we can go and we already configured access port and trunk port. Okay, these two are access, these two are access, these are all trunk. Okay, so you know trunk and access, the interfaces between switch to router are trunk. So this is trunk, this is trunk, this is trunk. Okay, 0 bar 4, 5, 2, 3, all trunk. Switch to computers are access port. Okay, now let's see that we are getting the IP address or not. Getting the IP, just check the new IP. 199 this one. Okay, now try this. That 40. It's static base, it is sold at 192, now it is 199. Okay, because I had some error, I removed that error, now I just fix it. Now I can get 199 IP. Okay. Internet wireless router, internet port also now connected to server 11. So let me check. The internet IP will be getting from that router 190, 199 now. Yes, okay. Now, so we configure interval and routing in router, DHCP also here. So how the machines are getting IP? They're getting IP from DHCP server, where you configure DHCP. In this branch office, we configure DHCP interval and routing everything in router. Here in the head office, we configure DHCP and interval and routing all in the layer 3 switch. Okay. This is the port connected to router, so this will be trunk. Now, what I have is these two cables. Mister, why do you connect two cable, more than one cable between switches? Here only one cable. So this is called as ether channel. Okay. What is this is we have multiple links or multiple cables connected between switches means it is used for implementing redundancy. If any one cable is down, we can use other one. That is redundancy. Okay. Fault tolerance. You can identify, you can tolerate the fault, handle the fault or errors. Okay. Again, one more advantage is traffic can be load can be shared. Okay, bandwidth also increased. Instead of one cable, two cable, when the bandwidth increases, traffic also we can share. The interface will share the traffic. Okay, for all those things we need ether channel. Okay, so ether channel is grouping multiple physical link into one logical link. Okay, once here I am having two links, but I will make this a single link, logical link between the switches. Okay, here I have two protocols. One is PAGP, one is LACP. Okay, PAGP already configured. Okay, I configured PAGP on between BS1, BS2, port numbers 2, 3. Now I will show you configure say same PAGP between BS1 and BS2. Okay, ports are 4 and 5. So I'll open this one. Enable, configure, interface, range, FS0 bar, 4 to 5, switch port, mode, trunk. Then the channel has a name, channel or number, channel group 2, mode, desirable. So if you are using PAGP, you are using the modes are desirable, desirable. Okay, both are both ports or switch ports are ready for. Okay. After that, the port number, the port channel you have to create interface, port channel 2, switch port mode. If you're using link access control protocol, LACP means we will use here the same commands, but only thing is instead of desirable, we'll use active. Okay. Now same command on the other switch, same port. Okay, I connect to the same port. That's right. Same, I think 4 to 5, 4 to 5. Okay. So interface range FS robot 4 to 5, switch port mode trunk, then channel same number. Okay, channel group 2, mode if it is PAGP, I will give a desirable in both sides. Okay? Both kind of. Now after that exit, channel number interface port channel same channel, switch port mode trunk. Now how do we check the ether channel is successful or not? So ether channel summary. If you are getting this port channel number 2, SU in use, and what are the ports used? 4 and 5, both are active. TP, P means in port channel. If it is I, means it is not in use. It is in which one? Standalone. Now this is working. Even if you remove this one interface also, it will be also clear because there are two cables. So that's what either channel done. After that, see that duplex speed. Okay, I want to make that speed of the cable or the port should be in full duplex or half duplex. Okay, I put in a full duplex. The speed should be 100 Mbps. How do we put that? I'll just make this again. Okay, these maybe this. Okay, these two ports. No, between the BS1 and BS3, I want to make full duplex communication between the ports, and the speed is 100. That means let's see. So I'll go for interface range FS0 slash 4 to 5 duplex full. That means full, sending and receiving at the same time. Duplex full. Then speed 100. Okay, now one command is switch port no negotiate. That means automatic trunking is disabled. So why you do that? No, to make sure the switch is secure. No, switch is now secure. If you enable automatic trunking, no, some hackers configure themselves as a switch and they will start getting all information. So they make it automatic trunking. So disable the automatic trunking. You should use the command switch port no negotiate. Okay. Do the same on other switch because why it is red color, mister? One side you made speed 100 and full duplex, other side is default. No, so I have to change the speed here also. Configure interface range FA 0 slash 4 to 5. Duplex I made that side full, here also full. Speed I made that side 100, same 100 here. Then switch port no negotiate for disabling automatic running in switches. Okay, no negotiate. Now do WR. This also done. Now see it has become orange. Now that is done. So ether channel is done. Interval and routing in router is done. DHCP is done. Now here interval and routing on switch is done. Let's say switch. Then DHCP also done here. Now we have wireless router. Okay. So I want to connect this wireless one client. I will connect another one. I will block. Okay. How do I do this? Go to the router. Go to this router. Wireless router. Internet already getting IP automatically from this VLAN 50 router. Okay. Go to the GUI. They give 45.0. Okay. So LAN part. Internet port is DHCP. Automatic done. This one is 45. Okay. Then starting IP 100. Number of users 50. Okay. I already done this. To save is already I saved this one. Can be the IP underscore DNS also 92. It was like 168, then 10, 113. That also you can give. Okay. After that, wireless mode makes the IP, the Winard IP, the username, or also not username. SSID, the wireless network name. You can choose your own standard channel of frequency. Enable means SSID broadcast enable means no, when you enable that option, what happens? No, your wireless network name will be visible to everyone. If you don't want to display the network name, you want to hide your network name means go for disable. Okay. So once you disable that, you should remember your wireless network name so that you can connect by typing. If you don't remember that, don't go for disable, just go for enable. Okay, save settings. Then what about the password? How do you set password? Security mode WP the person I will choose, and password should be in 8 character. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, by default, the same put. Encryption, the data will be encrypted secret form. We use a AES algorithm. Okay. TKP is also there, temporary key integrity, and you should go for AES, advanced encryption standard. After that, what are the changes you are making? Save. Okay, now let me see. I can connect the laptop first. Laptop. Go to the laptop. Go to desktop. Wireless. Sometimes wireless will not be available. So what you should do in that case, no, what you should do is some wireless interface is not available means let me check here again. Go to physical. Okay, this one will be wired as what you should do. So switch off this one, remove the wire, put the wireless interface package and switch off. Okay, switch off, remove this wired. It's actually wireless now. Earlier it will be the previously it will be wired. Okay, default. Remove that wireless, add this wireless interface. So remove the wired, add the wireless interface, then switch on. Okay. Now go to config wireless 0. Give the name. Name was I put Vinod no Vinod because I'm staying in Vinod as well. Okay. Vinod. What is the password, Baba? Let me check the password. 128. Okay. So 128 you want to give. Authentication is WPA to PSC. It is disabled. Now you have to make it authentication. Now put DSCP. If everything is okay, you'll get an IP address in 192.168.45.3. Why it is not coming? Let me check the connector now. See IP code. Okay. Other one also I will first connect. First I will connect both. Then I will block one. Okay. Let's connect first. Go to config wireless already module because it's tablet, right? Now here W A Y A N A D W to PSK 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 ACP. We get the IP now. If it is taking a lot of time, just click this fast forward and get the IP now. Okay, got the IP. Just waiting for the cursor to change this. It's taking some time. Okay, now now we got the IP. Now what I will need to do, I want to block this PC. Okay, for that what I do, I want to block by using MAC address. Okay, so go to command prompt, You know how to get the IP address on Microsoft computer? IP config space slash all. When you put this command, you can see wireless connection. Okay, the physical address 009. This is your MAC address. Copy this MAC address. Okay, go to wireless router. Okay, go to wireless router. There is wireless MAC filter. Go here. Enable this. Prevent. And you do not allow one PC to connect to Wi-Fi. So there you have to use prevent. It is be disabled by default. Make it enable. Prevent option means whichever PC you want to block, add their MAC address here and use prevent. Okay, so I'll put here. It is in 2 digit then colon, right? So we put like here. Now after 2 digits, colon, 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 colon. Then save. Once you save, no, both will be disconnected. After a few seconds, the laptop will be connected. Then other one will be disconnected. You can see the laptop. I think see that see laptop is connected. The other one tab will not be connected because we have blocked the tab by entering its MAC address in the wireless MAC filter. Okay, that is done. Now what else is the routing part and the spanning tree part? Okay, spanning tree, you know, we have three switches. If you connect all three switches, no, there will be one will be orange color because they are blocking one port so that to avoid looping. By default, span is enabled, so I want to say the settings of span tree, which one is root bridge, which one is non-root bridge, which one is root port, which is designated port. How do we see this? Okay, among these three switches, which one is root bridge? I will go and check one switch and see. So, span tree protocol is used to avoid the loops in line to switches. Okay, see my this one taking a lot of time. So, lot of time. Okay. Meantime, I can tell you one thing like how do we perform routing? Okay, so static route and dynamic routes are there. Okay, so here routing means for every network we have for every device we have direct network and remote network. Okay, for this computer, okay, direct networks. Okay, for this device, direct network is this is 192.168.10.0 is one network, then 192.168.10.64 that network, and 10.10.0. And for the switch, this is remote, not accessed by cable, is remote network. Okay, so routing means for every device we need to add, even it is layer 3 switch or router, we need to add the routes which are not available directly. So we have two types of routing, static and dynamic. Static means manually you want to add each route which is not accessible. Example, in this router or layer 3 switch, I want to add a route to this network because this is not directly connected. And from this router, I want to again add a route towards these networks because they're not directly connected. That is routing. Okay. Now I'll just show you the spanning protocol. Go to one switch, enable, show spanning tree. Okay. Just show spanning tree. Okay. Or summary. So open a summary. You'll see that. Okay. Better show spanning tree. See here. In this switch, this is not the root bridge because root bridge means there the root address and bridge address should have been same and they will have a name here. This switch is root bridge, not there. Again, they have a root port. You know, root bridge means their ports will be designated. There will be no root port. So this is not the root bridge. Go to other switch, say this one. Okay, how do we see that spanning tree? Okay, that's what show spanning tree. It's taking a lot of time. Show spanning tree. Okay, so here also we want to check. See, this bridge is root. That means this is the root bridge. Okay, and see why I'm telling this. The priorities of root is same as bridge priority, and the address MAC address is same MAC address of root is same as bridge MAC address. This switch bridge address is same as root address. Okay? And this ports, all ports are designated port. There is not even a one root port because this is a root bridge. Okay, this is how we discuss. We display the output of spanning tree. Now, how do we add a root? Okay, I want to add a root towards. Okay, I want to add a root in HS1 switch to this 199.160.10.0 means. So what I will do, I'll go to here, go to the switch first. How to add the root? The two methods are, one is adding root, directly connected root. Yani go to the network using exit interface. Okay, so from this router layer 3 switch to reach this 199.160.10.0, the exit interface is G101. So how I will make the static routing? Okay, so enable configure IP route. Where you want to go? 199.168.10.0. What is subnet mask there? 255.255.255.192. And what is the exit interface? G101. G101. Okay. Now I want to reach say 199.168.10.64 using next hop IP. Next hop in from this switch to reach here. The next router is this one. R1. What's the IP there? 10.10.10.1. How do I write this command? Go here. IP route. I want to go to 199.168.10.64. The mask is 255.255.255.224. Exit interface is 10.10.10.1. Done. Now I want to reach this network, okay? This network using default route, static default route. I don't know the network, I don't know the mask, I will just forward this to my router. So what I will do, I'll go here. IP, this is static default route, okay? IP route, where to go, I don't know. Which mask, I don't know. I will just forward till this router. What is the address of that router? 10.10.10.1. You can even write this as exit interface also. What is exit interface? S for moving out of the switch, exit is G10, right? G10/1. After adding all these things, I want to the routing table of my router. Okay, show IP route. This much routes being added in my router. C is directly connected. SC is the route I added.
So now we'll discuss about port security. So here I'm going to configure port security in PS2 switch. Okay. So here we need to secure the ports of the switch to avoid some security attacks. Okay. So first thing I'm going to configure port security port number 8 and 9. Okay. So what are the commands we have configured is, so first thing I'll show you the commands. Okay. So in 8 and 9, so before we configure the port security, they should be in access mode. Okay. Then first command will be switch port security. After that, switch port security maximum, say I put 4. So I'll do one thing, I'll reduce this to 1. Okay. Why? Because 4 means we need more time for which one? Testing. So we'll go with the interface FA0/8. Already it is switch port access. Just I'll just again put switch port mode access for your understanding. Okay. Then switch port security. Then switch port security maximum. If you don't know the commands, remaining commands, what you should do, put this question mark. They will tell you. Port security aging MAC address maximum violation. Okay, aging means how long the pocket of MAC address will be available. Okay, the lifetime of that MAC address. Okay, it's a minute or seconds like that. Okay, so switch port security maximum, I put 1. That means maximum 1 MAC address can be added to that port. If you are trying to connect another machine with another MAC address into that port, it will be not allowed. Okay, then switch port security port security MAC address sticky. This means the MAC address of the device which is connected to the switch port will be stick. That MAC address will be copied into that port number. Okay. Then switch port security violation. So if you violate this rule, okay, there are three modes: protect, restrict, and shutdown. Shutdown means if you put the shutdown mode, that whenever someone tried to break that rule, okay, violate that rules. But my rule is like maximum one device, no? Like that. If somebody trying to break that rule, no, the port will be shut down immediately. Restrict and protect means the port will not be shut down, but in protect, ports are still on, but the MAC address which is having unsecured frames will be dropped. Okay. In restrict, what happens now? The ports will not be shut down, and the MAC address from the unsecured frames will be dropped. Also, the syslog messages, they will log those, record those messages, and they will increase the count of this violation. Okay. So see, I am going to enter the mode restrict. So it will not shut down the ports if the violation occur, but they will increment the count, violation count, and syslog message will be recorded. Okay. Done. I just put this in port FA08. Now how do I test? Okay. I want to send a message from this PC to this switch. How I do? I'll ping from here to here. Then it will go through the switch. Okay. So I'll go through the switch. This computer IP 192.168.81.70. Let's check one more time. It's coming same IP. Yeah, okay. Now I'll ping from this computer. So I'll ping here ping 199.168.81.70. When I ping, this ping communication happens through this switch. So the switch will record its MAC address. That's why I'm pinging. For testing port security, we need this. Okay. Now I'll go to the switch. How do we test the port security? And show port security. Style put show port security interface FA0/8. Port security enabled. Status secure. Violation mode restrict. Agent time I didn't give an agent time. Then what's that? MAC address is one. Sticky MAC address is one. Okay, that means the MAC address of this computer is automatically added to that port 0/8. The MAC address 00C this one. Let me see the MAC address of this PC. Is it 00C CF69? Let me check. How do we check the IP address MAC address of a computer? So IP config slash space slash or you can see the MAC address 00C CF69 DBE5. Same here. Okay. Now what I need is see the executive violation count is 0. Now one more command. Now show MAC address. Sorry, show port security MAC address. Show port security address. Now they will show you that VLAN 4052 machines. No, wherever port security configured, we configured in 0/8 and 9. 8 we done edited now. Already 9 was there, so those machines MAC address also shown there. Okay, one is this machine, this other one. Okay. Now what I need, I want to open a show run command. Okay, so show run command also you can see the port security configured. See 8 and 9 I configured. Okay, now I want to test this. Okay, so I already connected one PC. Now I'm trying to connect another PC. Let's remove this PC, put another PC in the same port. Okay, say just put 5. Okay, what I will do, I'll take one straight through cable, same port number 0/8 I think. Now check we are getting IP address or not. We will not get IP. See the IP DHCP failed because I given the rule port security rule is only one MAC address allowed, maximum one MAC address allowed on this port. If you connect more than one machine, the port security violation happens, and as per the restrict mode, they will not allow you to send the MAC address. Okay, so they will drop you. You will not get IP address. This is what testing of port security. Now you'll take the same device or same port back to the old device and try. It should connect. Get the IP. Okay, this is how we test the port security. Hope you understood. So after you do that, no, how do we test? No, I already told you we make the maximum MAC address one. So I connected another PC here, so that device is not getting IP. That means the port is not allowing the unsecure MAC address to connect. No. So how do I test this? Okay, I'll go for the same command. Okay, show port security interface FSR bar 8. See, the violation count is now increasing. Earlier the violation count was 0 before we connected this PC. No, nobody violated. Now somebody violated, so the violation count is 0. That time 0. Now it is increasing 4, 5 like that because somebody tried to connect to that machine, and the MAC is also getting changed because I'm connecting a new machine. Okay, but they are not allowing to communicate. The port is still not shut down. That's restrict. Okay, that's what about port security. Hope you understood.